Hey people, what's up? It's Nakul again from TechBoy, and this is the honest review video of the new Coolpad Note 3. So let's start this review. Okay guys, so you know the drill, the pros and the cons, what a normal user would like and dislike. So let's start with the pros, and the first thing that I like about this phone is obviously the fingerprint sensor, guys. This phone has fingerprint sensor right over here, as you can see. Put your index finger right over here and it unlocks the device. Here we go. And it's really quick. The main point is that, as you can see, pretty quick. See, the phone is locked, so either I can use the pattern or the fingerprint lock. So this is the first thing that I like about this phone, guys, the fingerprint sensor. Now moving on to the second thing that I like about this phone is the performance of this device, guys. It has 1.3 GHz octa-core processor, which is MediaTek, and it performs really well, guys. I didn't face any lags or any stuttering, any jitteriness, nothing at all in day-to-day life, nothing at all in normal everyday usage. Even while I was gaming in this phone, I didn't face any lags or anything. However, there were a few glitches in very high-end games, but probably you won't even notice, so you don't need to worry at all. And yes, totally lag free experience. So yes, indeed, this phone performs really well and the processor is pretty good, I would say. Now, as talking about the processor and performance of this device, the third thing that I like about this phone is also related to it, which is the RAM of this device. It has 3 GB of RAM, guys, which is pretty great if you ask me, because if you consider the price, which is only 9,000 rupees, then it's pretty great that we are getting 3 GB of RAM. I think it's one of the few phones at this price range which has 3 GB of RAM, guys. So that's the third thing that I like about this phone, the RAM. And moving on to the fourth thing that I like about this phone is also related to its fingerprint sensor. There's an app called FP Lock, as you can see right over here. Now this app can lock any app in this device, and then you will require to scan your fingerprint in order to open that app. For example, the Chrome. Here we go. And as you can see, so that's pretty cool. Now I'll open this app and it will also require the fingerprint. Oops, here we go. So as you can see, I have logged Facebook, WhatsApp, and Photos, Chrome, Google Play Store. So that's the fourth thing that I like about this phone, guys, the FP Lock app. So now let's move on and talk about the fifth thing that I like about this phone, which is the LED of this device, guys. It has LED right over here and it's quite visible and prominent, so you won't be missing any notification or anything. I'll just show you. If I put it on charge, it should light up, and as you can see, so that's the fifth thing that I like about this phone, guys, the LED of this device. So now let's talk about the sixth thing that I like about this phone, which is the display of this device. It has 5.5 inches of display, which is HD, and the colors and contrast and sharpness, everything is so vivid and great that the display looks really stunning, guys. As you can see, don't know if you guys can feel it in the camera or not, but the display is really great, guys. I really liked it, and you can even customize a bit. If we go in the settings and display, as you can see, screen effect settings, and it's set on vivid. Actually I did it, and you can clearly see the difference in standard and vivid. And then you have the user mode. Here you can customize the contrast. Oops, here we go. And then you have the saturation, color temperature. So you can customize it according to your needs if you want, but I would like to keep it on the vivid. Here we go. So that's the sixth thing that I like about this phone, guys, the display of this device. Now moving on to the seventh thing that I like about this phone is some little gestures and control which are there in the settings. So let's go. Now as you can see, smart control, you have some options in settings like wake up gesture. Here we go, double tap to wake, just like the OnePlus One. Slide up to unlock, slide down to take photos, horizontally slide to switch songs, draw C to open keypad, draw E to open browser, draw M to play music, draw O to open Facebook, draw W to open WhatsApp. So you have some gestures and all, and then you have the action and screen. Here you have the glove mode, cover mode, multi-screen, divide the screen for two independent apps, and then you have the 3 screenshot. If I swipe 3 fingers, it will take the screenshot. Oops. And here we go. So that's pretty cool. So that's the 7th thing that I like about this phone, guys, these little gestures and options. Okay, so now let's move on to the 8th thing, which is the last thing that I like about this device, and that is the price of this device. It costs only 9,000 rupees, guys, and all those things, all those specs that I told you about, fingerprint sensor, 13 megapixel camera and all that, great screen, you're getting only at 9,000 rupees. So that's one of the main things that I like about this phone, the price of this device. Okay guys, so those were the pros about this phone, the good things. Now before I move on to the cons part, let's talk about the camera first. Here we go. Now as usual, I won't be showing you the camera interface because that would take even more time, but if you want to see that, then click right over here, guys. This is the unboxing video of this phone in which I showed the whole camera interface, guys. So if you want to see that, click right over here. So let's talk about the picture quality, guys, which is pretty decent enough, I would say. Not really that good or not really that bad. Actually, the camera tends to blur pics a little bit so that it would look even more clear and snow free. It's just like a effect we do after we take a pic. The effect is called smart skin clear, or smart blur. What it does is it blurs the pic little bit so that your skin looks even more flawless and clear without any spots, or like that, without any snow. So that's what this camera do as default in all the pics, guys, which I don't really like that much, but it's okay, you won't even notice until you zoom in. So yeah, the pics quality is decent enough, not really that great, not really that bad, but I would say it's better, definitely better than Acer Zenfone 2 Laser and Lenovo K3 Note. Now there's one thing that I really liked about the camera, which is the ability to focus and the speed of focus, which is really great. I clicked the pic and the focus speed and the ability to focus was really great, and I clicked the pic of plants and I tried to focus on the farmost plant and it focused really well, obviously, no problem in that. And then I tried to focus on the middle, you can say just about this close to the camera, and again in snap of a second it focused, and then I focused even close, almost like right over here on the camera, and again it focused really well. Even my digicam can't do that, guys. So yes, the focus of this camera is pretty great. And here are the picture samples, guys. So as you guys just saw the picture sample, you can see that the picture quality is pretty decent enough, not really that great or not really that bad. And you must have seen those 3 pics which I was talking about, the farmost plant and then the leaves and then that flower which was a pretty close one. So as you saw, the focus is pretty great, guys. And the indoor quality of the pics is also pretty decent, not really that great, I would say, because sometimes it tends to lose focus when you are clicking pics with the flash. I don't know why, but sometimes it happens. But again, it's just decent, I would say. Anyways, let's talk about the video recording now. Now the video recording quality is pretty decent again. Sometimes it's a bit blurry, the camera tends to blur, but again, it's not really that big deal. It's pretty good, I would say. And it also has everything. As you can see, we have option to pause. You can take pics simultaneously right over here, and then you have flash toggle as well. Here we go. Plus you can focus while tapping on the screen. So yes, you have everything which I want or everybody would want in video recording. So yeah, that's pretty great. So that was the camera part, guys. Now let's move on to the cons part, the things that I don't like. And the first thing that I don't like about this phone is that there is no backlight in these capacitive buttons, guys. And as you know, I really don't like it. So that's the first thing that I don't like about this phone. Now moving on to the second thing that I don't like about this phone, guys, is pretty unusual for me. If I turn down the ringer volume, as you can see, to make it go on vibrate or silent, whatever you call it, it turns down the ringtone volume, but the notification volume stays up. Now that's pretty strange and weird for me. If I go over here As you can see, the ring volume is down all the way, but the notification volume is high. So when you receive a call, the phone will only vibrate and it won't play ringtone. But when you receive notification for your mail, WhatsApp or anything, the phone will play the notification tone. Now both the sliders are supposed to move together, but as you can see, it only turns down the ring volume, and if you want your notification to be on silent, you have to come over here and do it manually like this. And that's pretty bad if you ask me. So that's the second thing that I don't like about this phone. Now moving on to the third thing that I don't like about this phone, guys, is that there is no option to move your apps to the SD card. Even if you go in the settings, in storage, you get this option of location. Now I don't have any memory card inside the phone, so it won't give the option of memory card. But you can choose the SD card as your default storage, but still the apps will be installed in your internal memory. So that's the third thing that I don't like about this, guys. No option of move to SD card. And the last thing, the fourth thing that I don't like about this phone, guys, is that when you're using this phone heavily, it tends to warm up a bit. Not really that hot, I would say, but yes, it does get a bit warm. So that's the fourth thing that I don't like about this phone. So those are the pros and cons and the camera part, guys. Now let's talk about some general stuff like the battery backup. With normal to less usage, I got around 18 hours of battery backup. But remember, no heavy stuff, no gaming. All I did was a bit of calling, WhatsApp, Facebook, a bit of web surfing, and that's what I got, 18 to 20 hours around. So yeah, and my Wi-Fi and 3G was on all the time, turned it off only during the night, and that's what I got. So I would say it's pretty decent, 3000 mAh battery, but we also have 5.5 inches of display, and then we have octa-core processor as well. So yes, I think the battery backup is pretty decent. The second thing I want to tell you about is the call quality. I would rate it around 8.5 out of 10 in the call quality, which is also very nice. It's loud and clear, no problems whatsoever. And the third thing, which is also the last thing I want to tell you about, is the loudspeaker. The volume of the loudspeaker is pretty loud when your phone rings or when you play videos on YouTube or anything. But when you listen to songs in the app, Google Play app or the music app of this phone, the loudspeaker is not as loud as it is when the ringtone plays or when you're watching a video on YouTube. But yes, it's decent enough, no complaints, and the clarity is also pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for right now, guys. This was the honest review video of the new Coolpad Note 3. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you have any question, comment, suggestion, put it in the comments down below. Catch me on my Facebook page as well. The link of that page will be in the description below, so go and like me there as well. Thank you for watching, guys. Please do subscribe for more upcoming videos, and I will see you next time.